Good morning. Thank you, Jesus, for the day. It's Monday. Let's get to work. Brandon has started dadoing out. Oh, this camera is so bad. There we go. Okay. Brandon has started dadoing out our smoky blue Beechwood face frames. We have this one upper done. I'm working on this lower right here. Now I'm screwing it in, gluing it. The dados really help square everything up here. The sink one's a little hard because there's no top braces. There we go. See if I can't get it into its home here. Come on. Sometimes these things like to fight when they're a little tight. I want them tight though, is the thing. So I'm going to attempt to unscrew this a hair. There, that's all we needed. No need to fight it. And then I'll just tighten that once I have the face frame screwed in. Using these 1-inch Craigs. Then I'll put a level on it, make sure everything's nice and straight. We dado because it helps. Well, the main thing it allows us to do is allows us to spray everything ahead of time, so we don't have to put any brad nails or fasteners through. Why did that one kind of pop? Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to fix that later. That is not good. Luckily, we do our own painting and everything, so it'll be fine. But that's so annoying. Okay, anyway, we do our own, or we do the dados, so that way we don't have to brad nail anything. Everything just sets in place, becomes square. Then we can glue or glue and screw it all in. So I like doing dados. It also makes a super strong cabinet. Everything's dado. Dado there, dado there, dado there, dado there. Dado everywhere, right? There's a million ways to construct a cabinet. A million. You just pick whatever way works for you. Like if these were not pre-painted or pre-stained like we do, which a lot of cabinet shops do not do their own finishing. They have someone else do that. I probably would use the brad nail method, maybe. Which might still dado. But okay, where's our? We need our board, our toe kick board. But since we do our own finishing, and they're finished before, because it makes it way easier, obviously. We need a way to attach everything. So we use contact cement on the side panels. That's why when we're doing applied panels, like for this one, we're gonna sew. I have our side piece. There's no 1/4-inch reveal. It's gonna be flush. We'll attach our side panel right here. That'll look like a door, and I'm gonna screw it in from the inside. So we just need to think of ways to build and fasten that doesn't leave holes or things like that. It can be a little trickier, you know, because if you're finishing it afterwards, you brad nail it in and putty it and sand it, and you'd be golden. That's not what we do. So I want to make affordable cabinets that everyone can get, but still really nice, strong cabinets. So we get made fun of sometimes not. I mean, there's people that defend us a lot, actually. Not that we need defending, but we use the 1/2-inch material. But with all the dados and all the glue and all the screws, I mean, I've counted one time, there's like 40 to 50 screws in one cabinet, along with everything dadoed and everything glued. These things, we've never had a problem. Been doing this for a long time. But we do the 1/2 inch because we can do 3/4, and we do 3/4. Just sometimes clients don't want to pay for 3/4. It's just more expensive, right? And if you have a family, everything's already way too expensive, that like materials and everything. If you have a family, you have other things to pay for. You may not want to be spending everything you have just for the kitchen, right? So if we can make a super strong cabinet that's 1/2 inch material that saves you money, why wouldn't we? So that's why we do it. If these were like, it didn't hold up or were bad, I wouldn't use the 1/2 inch, but never had a problem with them. They're super strong, man. I mean, again, there's like 40 screws, glue, dado. That's why we do the 1/2 inch. So we can do 3/4 though. If you want 3/4, we can definitely do it. This door on this van is busted, so we have it all ratcheted in. Works well, but we're getting it fixed, but not today. Putting these little triangles in for our sink cabinet right now, because if you put our braces that we normally do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we need 2 more, 7, 8. We put our braces we normally do, the countertop company just has to cut them out to put the sink in, or the countertop in for the sink, the braces, so. But all the other cabinets, we put those runners or stretchers or sleeper boards. And we do that because it helps square the cabinet up. It's no real support. The support is transferred down into the flooring. Look at it. Yeah, here, let me screw this in. What up?
Grab your thing.
That should be fine.
Yeah, see, we normally want this to be exact, yeah?
The depth?
Yeah.
That should be fine.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay.
It'll be fine. It's going to squeeze in a little bit when I tighten it. It'll be perfect.
That's the first one that's going on right.
Yep, that was good. We're just checking the depths before Brandon does them all. Let's get these triangles screwed in here. You probably can't see what I'm doing. There we go. Once these are in, I'll move to the next lower. My plan of attack here is I want to start crossing things off the list. I have a bad problem of getting overwhelmed. So, I want to start making progress. And that being said, we are going to get all the lowers done. If I put these all on the same way, yep, good. I want to get all the lowers done. Once all the lowers are done and on, double checked, good to go, then we'll move on to the uppers. But I want to get one thing at a time done. There's not that many lowers. I think there's 6. So next candidate's right here. First step here. Let's put a little glue in these dados. Don't need much. Now, I'll move this big guy. This one does have a shelf, so I will need to double check that. But I probably won't do that until I do the shelves for the uppers. There's only one lower shelf and it happens to be at the bottom of the pile. So I don't want to ruin something just trying to get to this. So I definitely will double check it. But it's going to be when I double check all the upper shelves. I like to just double check them just in case something went wrong. It's not that hard to inch monster something, I mean, or miswrite something. Because what I do is the CNC will tell us what to cut. And it makes like a cut list sheet. That's really nice. But I rewrite it on one page instead of like Like this one had maybe 4 pages. When you're cutting shelves, man, you just want to cut. You don't want to be flipping through pages. So I do want to double check that everything's fine. Just to make sure I didn't make a big mistake or something dumb. Okay, that one's good. On the lowers, I start at the top. If there's any inconsistencies, I want it at the bottom. Not that there would be or is, but I want the top perfect because obviously the counter sits on the top. This dado's tight. That's good. Where on the uppers, I start at the bottom because the top technically is covered by crown, some form of crown. Whether it's a trim or a real crown, it gets covered. So if there's any inconsistencies, we put it up there. Sherwin-Williams commented on our Instagram. It's amazing. Thank you, Sherwin-Williams. Posted a picture showing this color. I asked, do you like this color for a cabinet color? I do. It's a nice blue. It's not too dark, which is nice. Sometimes if your whole kitchen is a blue or a green, it can be too dark. Not this case. This is going to look really nice. So thank you, Sherwin-Williams, for commenting that they liked it. So I want to pull that top and bottom, I think, a little. Can't get a little tighter. There we go. Something like that. Something like that. Go right here, maybe a little. Okay. Let's see if that did it. A lot better. Okay. Now I do the bottom. Bottom, bottom, bottom. Can't you see? There we go. Perfect. And another one. This is the only lower with a shelf. I know I said that before. All the other ones on this job are a sink, no shelf. 2 drawer stacks, no shelf. Trash unit, no shelf. Lazy Susan, no shelf. Lazy Susan unit instead. Once in a while, a client will choose to do a shelf over a Lazy Susan unit. I think we're switching to the wood ones. I'm in the minority. I like how the plastic ones look. They're not cheap plastic. People are like, oh, it's cheap plastic. It's really not. It's like a super thick, heavy duty, like industrial plastic. I think it looks cleaner than the wood one, but I'm definitely in the minority, so I think we're switching, which is fine. Which is fine. Put our toe kick in. Sure it's flush. I do not screw the toe kick or those top boards on. I brad nail them because the 1/2 inch can kind of splinter up if it's not in like a complete dado like channel on both sides. So that is one thing different on the 3/4 than the 1/2 inch. I have those 2 lowers done on my Bang Energy and our Craig screws. Love you, Craig. We bought these obviously, but good brand. They're in the same town we are. Those 2 are done, besides double checking the shelf and measuring. I'm gonna do this one. Those 2, 3, and then once that's done, we'll double check all the measurements, set them to the side, get them out of here. We'll start doing the upper. I have our lowers for the most part completed. They all need double checked. They should be correct because the shell's lined up with the face frames, but double check them. And then I want to double check this shelf. There's a shelf right here, double check it. Make sure it works. We have a trash unit I want to install there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then there is a drawer box to pull out underneath the sink. It'll work with the plumbing. So 8 drawer boxes I want to install. We don't have the Lazy Susan. We'll have to install that on site, but that's okay. So that's what's left on these. Besides, obviously, putting the skin side panels on as well. Uppers, I'm starting to screw in. Brandon has them all dadoed. This one is going to have this goes above the microwave. He requested the client a pan divider. Brandon's working on that. This cabinet right here also has like a kind of a pan divider in it as well. It's not all the way up, but there's a little bit of a pan divider in there. So I'm going to put all these face frames on. Brandon will kind of work on that. I'll help him. Work on that. I'll help him. We'll get all these on. We'll get our bottom skins on. We'll get all these laid out in the orientation, put on the bottom skins, and then that is done. I'll probably like measure for doors, double check shelves. And then we can go drawer boxes, skins, clean out, trash unit. Hopefully get this all ready for tomorrow. We're trying to make some progress here on our uppers. Come on, come out of there. So our first thing that I'm doing is, well, not first thing, but one thing I'm doing is I'm getting our pan divider into this cabinet. This bit's gonna be too long, isn't it? Yep. And I don't have our specialty drill here. Jacob has it. So let's see what I can do. I actually do have the specialty drill here, but the attachment I really need has a bit inside of it that I got stuck in there, so that's always fun. And I've tried everything to get it out and it won't come out, so. But the lower part is flush, but since this upper part is so tall because the crown molding is pretty big, I have to put like a dummy board here before we put our, oh goodness, our top pan divider board. That's what we're building right here. Come on, brother. It's pretty good. It's in a little bit, but it doesn't have to be perfectly flush. I think I prefer it to be in a little bit. It'll give it a little more support. I just want it consistent, which it's feeling pretty darn consistent, so I can live with that for sure. Oh, come on. They make that attachment for a reason, and I just don't have it, or I can't use it, so it's a little annoying. It would make it so much easier. There we go. Okay, that part's done. Now, I needed a lower part. Kind of want to make sure it's squared up here. Probably should have done the lower part first, because how am I going to do this? That one looks really good. You know what? It's so hard to frickin' tell. That looks pretty good too. I'm gonna go with it here. There we go. Okay. Now let's actually see. All these crags will be covered up, so it's fine. Yeah, that looks good. There's a gap consistent all the way through and through, so, and it's the same size. That's good. Okay, I don't think I mentioned this yet, but it's another like 100 degrees, 100% humidity in this state. Good old Iowa. But what are you gonna do? Stuff's gotta get done. Okay, I think this is the first pan divider I put in an upper. I don't exactly know how this is gonna work out since the depth is, I don't know, a little wonky, but this is what the client wanted, so we're definitely doing it for him. Definitely doing it for him. Not really too difficult to do, it's just another thing we have to do. If that makes any sense. There we go. Could have just screwed this from the outside and cragged the top, but I just did it, cragged it all. And then the next two pieces that Brandon just dadoed for the middle pieces to slide in and out. We need them to slide in and out. One, so that the client has something wide, he can make a wider spot. And two, we need to be able to get a drill in there to attach it to the studs. So that piece will go there, that piece will go there. They will be edge banded. And then we'll measure for these boards. There'll be 5 of them. They'll all be edge banded. So Brandon's doing that. I will hold off on this. And then, because I need to edge band those. And then I will finish this cabinet, get it out of the way. I think I'll have Brandon start screwing some more of these in while I'm edge banding, which should work out pretty decently. Once they're edge banded and in, those two pieces, our top and our bottom, we'll measure, Brandon can cut, and we'll go from there. Okay, Brandon, I think what I'm gonna have you do, if you just finish screwing, line up pretty good?
Yeah, I'll let this work.
I think they're fine. If you screw this off, start the next one, I'll edge band this, see if they fit, and then I'll figure out what else we have to cut. Then, it's just that side that needs it, right there. Here's screws right here, Brandon. Should have edge banded this before I had you dado, but I just got to trim around it, which will be fine. No, God, no. I've done this before. I just always get ahead of myself when I make these. And then I always say, why did I do that? But it is what it is.
Hey,
What up? What up?
we lined the bottom.
Bottoms, yep, on these guys, yep. Okay, let's cut some edge banding. Only one side needs it. One side of each piece. The other side will be on the back. You'll never see it. Do a little cut. What up? Did it go through? It's fine, just back it out. I did it on one already too. Just back the screw out a little bit and just be careful on the other ones. It'll be fine. I think I made our Craigs a little deep. It's just fine. Again, we touch up and we do it all, so we'll make sure it's perfect for the client. I think I'm going to try to save me some time and just edge band the one side that I need exactly perfect, so I only have to cut one side off. That way if I cut it kind of crappy, you'll never see it. So I don't want to get the big edge bander out for this. Probably could, but the time it warms up, just almost isn't worth it. Even though there are quite a few pieces to edge band on this one. 7 in this cabinet, these 2, and then there's going to be 5 dividers. So I probably could, but not today. Okay, there we go. Money, I think. Getting these nice edge banded up. Then, this is what I was talking about. We could have dadoed these and the blade would have cut. But I didn't do it that way. Remington! The dang dog, dude. Okay. She's doing her job, I suppose. She's protecting. I'm not sure what she's protecting us from, but protecting us from something. Okay. Kind of wanting to slide around, which is one reason why you normally don't do it this way. Just got to be careful. Okay. Where's my scissors? I'm gonna trim these. There we go. Trim. And I'll go back through, let the glue set for a minute. Hit it with a little more heat, just make sure it's on there. I'll do the next piece, and then this piece will be cooled. So I'll be able to cut it, cut out my little dados, and then what I'll do is I'll just simply brad nail this piece.
We have our insert for this one. The top support strut. That we cracked already.
What are you talking about?
This one's gonna have a piece that goes on the top, right?
No, I don't have that. This one, it's this way right here.
Oh, it's this cap?
Yep, yep, and I got it in, yep. That one should be nothing. So just set it, so what number is that? Do you have that Sharpie? So what I do is take this. So you can like line the uppers up, Brandon, like maybe, well, you could line them back up in that line. But just put, so this is 2. Just put a 2 on the bottom and put the bottom up. So that way we know when we do our bottom skins, we can just cut, you know. This one is, yeah, I put them all on their top. This is the microwave. Not say number 5? Yeah. Yes, yep. So this one's gonna be a pack out microwave. Okay, this one should be good to go for right now. Now we need this one. Look, getting the side that looks better. They all look really good though. Little heat, kind of go nice and slow. Just feeling as I go, making sure it's lined up. Jacob's taping. Another reface job. Existing drawer boxes, but brand new doors. We built those. That's why we're not behind, but we were way ahead on this job. But then we had to build the doors. Built those on Friday. And they're getting sprayed right now. A color called Egret White. We've been doing that color a lot recently by Sherwin-Williams. That's why I feel like we're behind. We're not really behind, but just had to get those done. That was important to get that done. Okay, so trim on that. Yep. A little trim on this. Yep. Okay. Boom. Another one bites dust. Okay. I'm going to unplug that, but I am going to keep it out because we are definitely going to need it a lot more, sadly. Now, where's my cutter? There you are, my little sandpaper. I'm going to cut the other side, and it doesn't matter if it's good or not. That's why I overhung this side, but I mean, I want to try to make it good, but it really doesn't matter. You'll never see it. Could just rip it to shreds if I want to. Don't want to though. Okay, that's pretty good for it, I think. It's always this extra pass that gets me. Okay, we're good. Now, just sand it, round it over. I think it just gives it a little more finished look, round over. Oh yeah. Clean the front up. Now this is where the rubber meets the road. If I can do this good. Gotta get me a knife. Right here. Going to temp. This is where I should have just had this dadoed out, but I didn't. It'll be fine. I've had to do this before and it turns out good, so just do it again here. Perfect, I think. Just don't want to leave any amount, anything in there, because as we slide those pieces in and then out again to install the cabinet and then back in, what I don't want is anything to peel up because it catches. The glue on this edge banding is strong, but it can come apart if you go crazy or do something crazy to it. So get this out of here like this. There we go. Yeah, that looks really good. Oh, come on, brother. Sand these down, make sure those interior have nothing. Kind of sand this down here too. go. Looks good. A little bit of sweat on there. That's okay. Sand all that right off. Then all I'm going to do for this is simply brad nail it in. Use a little color match putty. You never see the brad nails. To our top and our bottom. In theory, it should fit as long as we clear this dust out of here. There we go. Just like that. So that's our bottom piece. Top piece will be the exact same. Brad nail to this sub piece, and then we'll create our boards in the middle. Edge band those. Should be good to go for this. We have our microwave cabinet with our removable pan divider pieces. Inside of this cabinet, equally spaced, about 4 3/8 in between each one. If the client wants to remove one, they definitely can. If they don't want to remove it, awesome. We will remove these to screw this cabinet in. That's why we dado them in like this. Edge band everything, put them in there. Again, if the client wants a bigger space, they can. Just gives them the ability to do so. Now, this cabinet has one as well, but it's going to be like for, this one's more for pans. This one's more for like cookie sheets over there. This one's more for like actual like pans on the stove. So I think we're going to try to do the same, maybe 5. We got to do a little measuring, see. Might end up being 4, but we have 1, 2, and the corner cabinet left to put on. Pan divider, bottom skins, double check all of those, double check all of these, get all those set up. Once that's done, I'll measure for doors. Brandon can go to lunch, and then when he comes back, we'll install trash unit, double check all the shelving, and then start installing drawer boxes and side skins. We're on to cutting out these shelves right here. I'm doing the last one. I measured the total amount that I needed. It's 22 3/4. Took an 1/8 off each side, so I square cut them 22 5/8 by 22 5/8, and then I measured my angles. The best back side was 20 5/16. This front, or this side right here, was 10 3/4. Then I angle cut it with my small little Milwaukee M12 skill saw. Checked it, it worked. Then I made a template, or I'm just tracing now, and now cutting again. Going nice and slow. I have the depth set correctly. Depth set correctly will help it not chip out on the back as bad. Didn't at all, so that's good. And will help the blade not bind. Okay, let's make sure that saw, I love that saw. I think it's like a 5 3/4 inch wide blade. Milwaukee says it can cut, I don't even know, man. Is it like 100 or 200 or 300? I don't know, 2x4s or something, cross cut. I don't believe them one bit. That works. See what the battery's at. Just off of 8 cuts. 4 of the cuts are so small. 2 of the cuts are like decent, but we're already down a bar. And this is the 4 amp hour. We have a bunch of 5 amp hour batteries. I think the 5s are the biggest they make now. They used to have 6s. I don't know if they have 6s anymore, but this is like one of the biggest batteries, and it's already down a bar. So I don't know, but I love the saw. Love it. A little fine finish blade on it. It's so small. It works amazing. I mean, we don't need big skill saws for what we do. Just need a little one, and that one works perfect. But it was like, I forget how many 2x4s. It was quite a bit. Just cross cut, but I don't believe them. That being said, love the saw. Now, we have that pan divider completed. We have the other pan divider, it's over there, completed. All the face frames are on. Brandon is cutting out all of the bottom skins. Now, We might need this. Will we need this? No. We will not. Just trying to think. We'll use the brad nailer. We will use the brad nailer for our microwave pack out. Making some decent progress. Carl's had to grab us contact cement glue, because we have none. We have like a little, but I need to edge band these. These need clear coated, so thought I was done edge banding, but nope. Sadly, no. But these won't be too bad to edge band because they are not UV'd. So one thing I don't like about the UV material, when we edge band, it can, sometimes it'll pull up and it'll be up and you gotta recut it. It's a big pain in the you know what. But so I am half tempted sometimes to make all of our shelves out of this material. It's like combi core, 3/4 inch. Then you gotta clear coat it. So sometimes we make our shelves out of a million things. Sometimes we do the double, which we did on this job, the double 7/16, so we get a 7/8 inch thick shelf. We did that because we had so much extra 1/2 inch. The CNC does a great job at not wasting material, but if you cut, I don't know, 7 cabinets a month, 7 sets of cabinets a month, each cabinet, kitchen having 15 to 30 cabinets, I mean, you stack up on material. So we did, and then we just used all that for the shelves. Still good material. But most of the time we make them out of 3/4 inch UV, same stuff our cabinets are made out of. But again, the UV just likes to peel up sometimes, which is a pain in the butt. So this stuff doesn't. But then you gotta clear coat it. So it's just extra time and extra money because you gotta buy the clear coat. I think it turns out better though. Not that ours turn out bad by any means, but I don't know. It's easier on the edge banding side of things, but it's harder because then you gotta clear coat. So I don't know if it's worth it or not, but these always do turn out. Ours turn out really good. These always turn out amazing. So I don't really know. All I'm gonna do here is edge band this on, trim it, just like that, and then I'll edge it with a little trimmer on the edges. And these shelves will be ready for clear coat once we get some more cement. Brandon's done cutting contact cement. We'll be able to put those on, double check all those, and then I can start measuring for doors. I'm so worn out. Suppose no days off will do that to you, but it is what it is. See, I mean, that just, it does such a great job at edging those. I mean, just like, look at that. I mean, that just flew out of my hand. That's been how today's going. But that's okay. Get this all done up here. It's really just getting the glue out, and then that's how it turns out. I mean, it's going to turn out amazing once there's clear coat. Some of these darker spots out of here. A little sanding. Once we clear coat it, you'll never know that I sanded it. Any little fuzzies off. That's one other thing too. So when we cut this material or any material, we put the blade pretty low so it doesn't chip out the clear coat or the UV. Once in a while it does, but like this has no UV, so it didn't really chip out. But if it were to, like it did slightly right there, you just sand it and then you clear coat it, and then you never ever see it. It's gone. So another benefit to doing it this way. 3 more to do, and then see how many of these bottom skins we get on. Start double checking. start transferring over there. Oh, and then start double checking all the shelving, measuring for doors. Brandon's over there double checking, or not double checking, but installing the bottom skins for the uppers. I'm measuring for the lower doors. That way when he's done, we can double check the cabinets, double check the shelves. He can install drawer boxes while I'm measuring for the upper doors. So I have my sheet drawn up. I just need us to measure now. I just finished measuring for the uppers. I had a piece of my crown to just confirm how much room the crown was going to take up. And then my light rail, I also had to leave a gap for that light rail gap, door gap, crown. So I got that all figured out. Okay, most of the uppers came out to 49.5 tall, even though these are 53.5 inch tall uppers. So got that all done. I did end up changing one of my hinges, so I need to make sure I fix that. See if we have them over here. We do, good. Brandon and I are going to install drawer boxes now. I think that's going to pretty much do it for the video. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like, leave a comment. The camera was in shambles. And tomorrow's going to be another busy day. Jacob's going to be spraying. I don't know if we'll get the side skins on today. We're going to try, but otherwise, do side skins, clean the cabinets. They're ready for install. We have to go tear out a countertop at a different job so our guys can put in a new countertop, and then we may start, I may come back here while Brandon and Carl are tearing out the cabinets at this job, and then we may even start installing them. So it'll be another super busy day. See you tomorrow. Adios.